Patrick Chan. He's Vice Chairman of Euro-Asia Premier Real Estate, a company that operates outside the major cities and is listed in Frankfurt. Mr. Chan, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
You don't operate in Shanghai or in Beijing, but you operate in what's termed a third-tier city like Weifang. How does the property market differ between the various tiers right now?
Well, the tiers, the level of economic growth, as you well appreciate, has not been evenly spread throughout China. And big cities like Shanghai and Beijing, no longer are they just domestic cities. Rather, they are cities that belong to the world. And as such, demand and pricing is fast becoming world prices. But in third-tier city like Weifang, where we develop, it's really basically a domestic market. Although there's price increases in the last 10 years, has never been as dramatic as Shanghai and Beijing.
But of course the government has said, and it did say as recently as July, that it will extend limits on home purchases to the second, to the third-tier cities. So how is that going to affect cities like Weifang? How is that going to affect you? How is that going to affect the property market?
It's well said and good to limit second and third purchases. I still like to stress to your viewers that in a third-tier city, people still believe finding the first home as new accommodation is key. So I think the real key to watch is really not prices, but rather volume in third-tier cities.
And how can the government then, and is the government able to control volumes then in second and third-tier cities?
Well, I don't think government wants to control volume. Rather, government wants to control speculation. So it is in everybody's interest that normal citizen should have the right to own a home and have modern accommodation. And in that sense, we will do our part to fill that need in the marketplace.
I mean, Patrick, we hear all sorts of forecasts and statements about the Chinese property market. Many have said that it's just waiting for a crash. Credit Suisse has forecast house sales slumping in the second half. What's your outlook for the property market? And of course, if you want to split it up into tiers, feel free to do so.
Yeah, I really don't. Let me just go back one step from your question. China is a very large country, 1.4 billion people. It is not one policy that promotes the uniformity of one country. There are different segments. China is as vast and as complex as the EU, and we know that one-stage policy doesn't really work for a complex and mature economy like Europe. So neither should it be just for one city or one segment of overheating, which may cause a general policy. But having said that, with 1.4 billion people, this is something that, in the longer run, citizens' right to a fair standard of living is what all governments should promote. And I think government really don't want peaks and valleys. Rather they would want to see steady economic growth and pricing growth.
Patrick, very quickly, last question. I know you're trying to change your domicile to Germany. What's behind that?
Well, what's behind that is we were advised that European investor likes to see company established as an AG. We are still investigating that possibility, although no decision has come to it. We believe in corporate governance, and we will certainly declare what is the proper governance for our company and for our investors.